What's going on here? How was I in that burlap sack? Oh, I see. Hello, everybody. I guess I've just been forcibly dragged kicking and screaming into the commentary booth, because, we can't let this race go uncommentated, can we? Of course not. Not when we have Swap Space versus Solski. That would be a crime against humanity. Well, maybe not quite that bad, but it would certainly be a tragedy. And we write speedruns, not tragedies here. Welcome everybody to the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament. So this is the 6th week of Swiss. Like I said, we got Swap Space and Solski. Both of them have already done a whole lot of... already almost done with criteria here, heading down into the green Brinstar. Swap Space first to make to the elevator, Solski right behind. I only got a chance to see one Bomb Torizo fight, but Solski looks like he did a fine job with that. And now Swap Space heading into green Brinstar, gonna do a little bit other... There's a green joke here somewhere because super missiles are green and he's about to get super missiles. Ooh! Ooh! That nice short hop setup for the mock ball. Not quite getting the jump through the door, but no problem, says Swap Space. I know all the backups. I've got the skills. Solski, meanwhile, showing off mock ball classic, all the mock ball taste and none of the mock ball calories. Also getting those supers. This, of course, allows us to skip Spore Spawn, who is actually a mini-boss in this game. No, really, we swear. Now Swap Space heading into Big Pink, getting himself a nice big 20 energy drop. Solski doing the same. Both of them off to a very strong pace here. Energy looking real good. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I needed to mention from earlier on that should probably try to do a little bit of catch-up on. Well, if anything occurs to me, I'm sure you can figure it out later. This is fine. We're having a nice little adventure here, kind of starting in medias res, as they would say in pretentious English classes. Both of them getting the charge beam. Really good times there. Increases the damage of all your shots and is so useful later on when you get the full beam combo going. Swap Space making his way across the noob bridge. No noobs here today, only champions, only prodigies. Look at this movement. Swap Space making his way down Red Tower. Very clean. Solski making his way through the last bits of green Brinstar. That's right, Brinstar is in fact color-coded for your convenience. One of the things that makes this game great is just that every area has a distinctive look. Solski also making his descent through Red Tower. Swap Space about to make a little bit of a forced entry here. Breaking through this wall, heading into Kraid's warehouse. That's right. He's got a date with that gigantic 2-screen tall lizard. At least we think he's a lizard, we're not actually sure, and at this point we're frankly afraid to ask. But that's okay, don't worry. We've got this covered. Who in the world dares send me a text message at this hour? Okay, pardon me. Alright, Swap just has to get past Mini Kraid over here. Thankfully, Mini Kraid does keep a lot of supers in his pocket, so Swap Space now is fully equipped. Solski also making his way into the warehouse. That's right, if you know anything about modern Super Metroid any percent, you would know that the new route does in fact not go to Kraid first, but it is still the most common route used by runners everywhere. Here we go, Swap Space setting up for a quick kill. He only has one missile, so he has no choice but to use the charge beam setup. Has to open his mouth and get 4 supers in on the perfect frame. He gets the frame! He gets the quick kill! Look at him, just standing there, calm, cool, collected. Doesn't even do that cliche thing where he turns around. Nah, just taking care of business, getting that various suit, powering up to orange and to shoulder pads as big as his coolness, which is appropriate because the various suit keeps you cool in hot places. Now Solski, also facing off against Kraid. Energy not looking as good, but still gonna have to do the charge beam attack. Charge beam quick kill. And... oh no! Accidentally fires a super into his claw. That's why you gotta charge it, otherwise the claw keeps moving. Thankfully, he's still in a really strong shape here. Just has to give Kraid a little bit of an upset stomach. There we go. Kraid, get back down into the floor. We don't like your dance. It's pretty bad. It's like you have 3 left feet. Alright, Solski. Now also getting that various suit. I don't know what those rings are either, but they're sure... You know, I've been thinking about this. I think those 2 rings represent the roundness of the shoulder pads. Shoulder pads. Question of the day, everybody. What do the 2 rings around the various suit represent? Give me your answer in chat. We will have a discussion about it later on during a little bit of downtime. Swap Space, giving us that super slick mock ball coming out of the mouth of Kraid's warehouse. One of the things I love so much about this speedrun is just how cool all the movement looks. Even the tiniest of things look absolutely rad. And they're also probably extremely difficult. This is not an easy speedrun to get good at. Alright, Swap Space. Jumping over the E-Tank first. Oh, gonna get it on his way out. Interesting. Wanting to make sure to kill that orange gamer so that he can open the door and get it flashing before he has to leave the high jump room. Otherwise, he has to take a bit of a detour to kill it, because it always spawns under the E-Tank. Instead, he gets his kicks and gets his way out. Oh, Solski also showing off that mock ball. We getting some really clean, really slick movement from both of these players. Both of them having sub-hour PVs. Swap Space, I can't remember the seconds. Swap Space has a low 50 and Solski has a 56 something, I want to say. So they are very close to each other. Solski, ooh, using a missile and grabbing the energy tank on the way down. A little bit of variety. Meanwhile, Swap Space making his way into Cathedral. One of the first Norfair visit rooms. It's a little bit tight with the jumps. Ooh, getting that mock ball off the pillar. That's a very precise jump. Getting the pseudo screw, heading into the lava rise room. Swap Space doing some very, very good movement on his first Norfair visit here. About to be heading into Bubble Mountain, where he has to take care of a little bit of political business. That's right, politics are dirty, and Bubble Mountain is no exception. The Tyrant King Kakatak rules from atop his bubble throne, but no longer. Swap Space. The coup d'etat. The king is dead. And he claims the jewel in King Kakatak's crown, the speed booster, at the end of this upcoming hallway. Solski, also a fan of freedom, not going to stand for King Kakatak either, on his way to Bubble Mountain. Fun fact here, Swap Space showing off arm pumping pushes Samus forward a pixel or 2 every time she does it. This is one of the few rooms where you can actually arm pump on a downward slope and it won't make you kind of jump off of it. It's a little bit weird how that works. But there we go, speed booster. Swap Space is now extra fast. He can turn blue. He can do the thing. And Speed Booster also unlocks one of the most useful tools in Samus's arsenal, the Shine Spark. Ooh, Solski having a little bit of trouble lining up the jump to take care of King Kakatak. Getting the snipe! King Kakatak never saw it coming, never going to know the face of his killer. Solski, the consummate professional, now on his way to get the speed booster as well. Meanwhile, Swap Space has decided, you know what? All this work is making me hungry. Time to get myself a bowl of cereal. And what bowl of cereal do you eat in the future? Of course, I'm talking about Purple Future Space Cheerios. Administered directly from the gun barrel, the wave beam, of course. And if you don't think it looks like Cheerios, then tell me what you think it looks like. Alright, Solski doing the blue blur thing. We are just doing all sorts of Sonic the Hedgehog references today. Oh, accidentally bonking into the door, though. Not gonna get the free kill on these enemies. Only, ooh, but still getting what he needs in one farm, no problem. Solski already on his way to Wave Beam. Swap Space, getting the distance. Gonna jump on up here. Very smooth. Man, Solski just working extra damage boost everywhere he goes. Damage boosts are one of those cool tricks. You always have a couple of spots where you generally see them, but as you start getting better at this game, you find new and interesting ways to just kind of add them into your movement. And the creativity that has been on display, absolutely refreshing. I've been very much enjoying it, and I hope you all have too. Alright, both of them now having the wave beam, 2 scoops of whatever the heck it is that thing shoots. And this is what I get when I skip breakfast. Shoot. Swap Space climbing up the first vertical shaft in Norfair on his way out, opting not to grab the ice beam. Gonna be doing the challenging red tower climb without the freeze power. No problem, I believe in him. He's been showing us some excellent play. I have no reason to think you will have any trouble with that. Oh, Swap Space did a little bit of a stutter. He might be setting up for Alpha Spark. Are we going to get the Alpha Spark? Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Takes care of the cack attack, gets a fat raid. Oh, unfortunately, the raid made him so happy he did not quite get the Shine Spark off. Understandable, I get happy when I get raided as well. Human nature, it's all good. But now Swap Space making his way up the red tower, while Solski making his way up Norfair. Alright, now Swap Space has to set up a hero shot, shooting and then following the shot, while also making sure that these... Oh! Swap Space opting not to go for the hero shot, just going to... Oh, there's the hero shot. You try to get that shot from the ground level and making this Ripper spawn just so they don't get in the way of the shot. Thankfully, Swap Space knows how to deal with subpar setup there, managing to still pull it off in short order. Very nice. Getting that double damage boost across the hellway. Ooh, Solski. Solski with the Alpha Spark. I do love me some Shine Sparks. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be Shine Sparking about a foot away into a wall, and it still looks cool. Oh, Solski almost getting the perfect red tower, gets the hero shot, the hardest part of it, and just... Oh! He was expecting it to the block to respawn, but it hadn't respawned yet. Now he has to do an extra climb up there. That was unfortunate, but still... Adapting to the circumstances, not letting him get him down, Solski. Oh no! Going the distance a little bit too much, landing directly into unintentional botany. The worst kind of botany. But he's moments away from getting himself those power bombs as well. Swap Space already has the power bombs, already dealing with the Criteria crabs. That sounds like a sports team, but the only thing that they play here is suffering. Specifically, your suffering. They hurt, like, a lot. Thankfully, Swap Space deals with him with a well-placed powerbomb and sets up the Mode Spark, but oh no! Doesn't quite get it. I'm not sure why he decided to go into that room. Now he has to re-kill the Key Hunters. I think Swap Space may have gotten a little bit discombobulated, perhaps with a different category. Okay, there we go, and okay, he's trying to minimize the energy he loses by jumping in here, and there we go! He tried to go for Ocean Spark, the absolute madman! Oh, I love it. Trying to go for that Ocean Spark. Ocean Spark is a challenging trick, because the doors in this game hate your happiness. All they want to do is open late and not let you get through them while you're trying to Shine Spark. But that's okay, Swap Space tried his best and the door just said no. You'll get him next time, Swap Space. I believe in you. Alright, Solski. Going to be setting up here. I think we're going to expect him to do the more classic strat of just kind of Shine Sparking from this room. Having a little bit of trouble setting up that short charge. Swap Space, meanwhile, going to go for that. Oh, going for the speedball, jumping a little bit too far, and Solski showing off that Moat Spark. Don't need those missiles. See you later. See you never. And Swap Space. Swap Space first, to make it to Phantoon. And my friends, I hope you know today isn't. Oh no, Solski! Solski's energy is too low. He hit 29. It stopped him just short of his goal. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Solski! Oh my god, I think that may actually be the most heartbreaking Shine Spark related death I've seen so far in this tournament. Solski, I'm so sorry. Oh no. And unfortunately, Solski has opted to forfeit over in speedrun in the SRL chat. Oh, you never like seeing that. I'm telling you, man, those criteria crabs, they're no joke. Meanwhile, Swap Space doing what he does best on a Thursday. That's right, doing some bustin', sending Phantoon back to the double afterlife, because what happens when you kill a ghost? Obviously, they can't go to the afterlife, they go to the double afterlife. This is scientific fact. You can trust me. I'm an engineer. I'm periodically checking back that SRL, hoping he might unforfeit, but looks like he's cut stream as well. That's... GG's to Solski, though, playing real well and just having that... That was such an unfortunate way to lose a run. He's probably not feeling very great, but he's been doing real well in the first 5 weeks of this tournament, so... In case you haven't already done so, please make sure to give a runner to both these follows. Yeah, no, a follow to both of these runners, Swap Space and Solski. Both of them great runners, great folks, all doing all sorts of great improvement throughout the 6 weeks of this tournament. All right, Swap Space heading up into the attic. Getting a little bit, using that power bomb to great effect, taking care of those. Oh, going for Attic Spark. I'm a big fan of Attic Spark. I don't think it's the fastest method, but it looks cool, because like I said, Shine Spark's coolest way of moving around in this game. And with that Swap Space out of the attic, his energy is looking spectacularly good. Normally you're under 300 energy here if you have some trouble with Phantoon or the attic, but Swap Space... At 365 heading into bowling, he could do whatever he wants. He could probably throw a picnic on the spikes and not really have to care about it. Although I completely expect him to just try to do the standard run and jump, get across the spikes, and prepare for some bowling. As everybody knows, when the Chozo bowl, the bowling ball is in fact you. Alright, I see a question in Nitro in chat there. Nitro, what happened to Solski was... In this game, this is the only 2D Metroid where Shine Sparking eats up energy, and if your energy drops below 30, you can no longer Shine Spark, and it'll cut you off right in the middle, wherever you are. And that's what happened. He hit 29 energy, and it dropped him into the water. If he had had just even 5 more energy, he would have made it, and that's the real tragedy of what happened there. Yes, indeed. Thankfully, Shine Sparks costing energy is one of the improvements they made following Super Metroid. Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission, the subsequent 2D games, both do not require energy to use the Shine Spark. But that definitely adds a little bit of an extra wrinkle to the strategy of this game, because you can do things like Alpha Spark, which we did see Solski do, but that does eat up your energy heading up in direct ship. So it's always a little bit of a... It's always a bit of a trade-off. Do you want to do extra Shine Sparks and look cool, go faster, or do you want to have that extra energy? Oh! I don't think I've ever seen that mock ball. That was incredibly rad. Swap Space, meanwhile, taking out vengeance on those crabs for Solski. I'm not sure... I was thinking about this. So I think Super Metroid does have a little bit of a crustacean obsession, because your space pirates have big, meaty lobster claws that shoot lasers, you know, just like real lobsters. And then you have these crabs up in Criteria and in Meridia that are just hurt a lot. Not unlike real crabs. So what's the deal, Nintendo? Why are you just making all these very dangerous crustaceans in your space game? I don't think that we'll ever know the answer. Regrettably, Gunpei Yokoi no longer with us. Ooh, Swap Space almost getting that super clean drop. Let me tell you, dropping down through Red Tower is not actually quite as easy as it looks. You gotta take full advantage of all the tricks you have to control Samus's momentum. Because in this game, more than probably any other 2D Metroid, Samus's jumps have a very specific momentum. Knowing how to run, jump, morph, unmorph, and do everything to control how quickly she falls and how quickly she rises is critical to learning how to move fast through the rooms in this game. Alright, Swap Space. Now entering Meridia, the chill water zone. I don't know about you all, but personally, this area has some of my favorite ambient tracks in the entire game. Unfortunately, don't let the music... Meridia is no joke. The crabs, the fish, the everything in Meridia want you dead. Swap Space doing a little bit of a diagonal shine spark to get up Mount Everest. About to head into the aqueduct, has only one power bomb. That's all he needs to take care of Botwoon, the Meridia mini-boss. Ooh! Opting to get himself an extra power bomb. Actually, wait, no, I'm a fool. He needs a power bomb to get through aqueduct. See, this is why my PB is above an hour. Because I forget my ammunition sometimes. He needs one power bomb to get through aqueduct, and he needs the second power bomb to deal with Botwoon. Botwoon, the big angry sausage lizard with the very terrible hitbox. You're going to see Swap Space try to get an X Factor on him, then hit him with a bunch of supers. He's got the ammo, he's got the power bomb. If everything goes well, he's going to show us a clean fight. Oh, I love this strat. Look at... Oh, no! One particle missed, but thankfully... Okay, unfortunately, if there are any X Factor particles on screen, you cannot shoot. It's one of the dangers of missing your X Factor. It's a powerful technique, but one you have to aim properly. Unfortunately, the Botwoon's other party trick is having an obnoxious hitbox. His head hitbox is very small, his body hitbox is very large. It is so easy to accidentally have your shots hit the body near Botwoon's head. But Swap Space not letting it get him down. Taking care of Botwoon. You want to stick your head out of the wall? I'll shoot it, he says. I will shoot it repeatedly until you go to pieces. Making it count. Oh, I guess I probably should have mentioned that those little purple X's flying around, those purple particles flying around an X pattern, that's called X Factor. Every single beam in the game, if you have Charge Beam with a single beam, charge it up while you have your power bomb selected, you get a special combo attack. Each beam has one, so you have one for Spazer, Plasma, Ice, Wave. But the Wave Beam one, the X Factor, is the most useful one by far. It does a lot of damage, and it basically, they converge right on where Samus is when it activates, so you can use that to aim your shots and get enemies to fly into it while it activates. You also saw Swap Space do that against Phantoon earlier. It's a very useful combo attack. You most commonly see it against Phantoon, sometimes and also Botwoon, and sometimes you will even see it against Draygon coming up, but that one's a little bit harder to set up because you're also trying to short charge at the same time. Let's see what Swap Space does, because now it is, in fact, time for Draygon. Will Mama Draygon give Swap Space the underwater time of his life, or will Swap Space be serving up an all-you-can-eat shrimp buffet for everybody in the chat? Only time will tell. Is in fact setting up the X Factor, shooting it off a little bit early, makes it a little bit hard to hit the particles, but looks like he's got a setup. Nice, getting it. Looks like he got 2 particle hits on Draygon there, and got a nice shine spark. Oh! That was very clean, managing to sneak in, get those supers, and get the horizontal shine spark. The big trick here is Draygon has multiple hitboxes. Wow! What an excellent Draygon fight. Perfectly placing those horizontal shine sparks, getting the short charges where he wants them, hitting the supers, and getting the blue suit. That is everything you could want in a Draygon fight. Now, he's got blue suit. Blue suit is a very cool thing. So you know how when Samus is running, she turns blue because she's going fast like Sonic the Hedgehog? Yes. Well, it turns out, when you kill Draygon with a horizontal shine spark, sometimes Samus will remain in that charged state, and you get this. It's called blue suit. Now, unfortunately, Swap Space can't dash while he's doing it or he loses it, but you'll see right here, if you crouch, it gives you a free shine charge, which enables him to do this trick right here, the reverse halfie kabow! Back across Coliseum, don't even need to deal with those mock droids. Got places to go, things to do, Swap Space on his way to pick up the most powerful beam. First has to get through Tac Attack Alley. Thankfully, they graciously like to drop supers, so Swap Space's ammo count is looking very healthy right now. Energy a little bit less so. He should be fine. But he's gonna might opt to stop and kill some bugs in this next room. Oh, unfortunately, bugs not being quite so generous. He will have a chance to farm some blobs leaving plasma. Like I said, not worried about energy because he will have a chance to refill before Ridley, but the path to Ridley is treacherous. Lower Norfair is no joke. So I'll be curious to see if Swap Space takes any safeties along the way. Might opt to take the Nutella refill if he goes that way. We'll see. Oh, actually opting to just kill some of those guys right there, get the energy. Liking that move, and here it is, Plasma Beam. No longer firing purple Cheerios, now firing green, I'm not sure, but they're green, they're double, and they pierce enemies. Plasma Beam is the most powerful non-special beam in the game. Does so much damage, and when you charge it up, it becomes the key to going fast in this run. Because if anyone has ever watched New Route, they only get the Spazer, you don't get Plasma. And whereas Plasma Beam will take 20 charged shots to kill Ridley and Mother Brain 2, charged Spazer takes 60. Plasma does 3 times the damage of the Spazer combo. So it definitely makes the late game quicker and less stressful. Not to say there is not stress. Like I said, Lower Norfair is no joke. Ridley, surprisingly, no joke. And even Mother Brain, yeah, that brain in the tank, not free. Swap Space still has plenty to worry about as he makes his way through the last parts of the game here. One thing he doesn't have to worry about is Meridia, because all gotta do, go through this hole in the ground here, and already back out into Brinstar, about to hit that Norfair elevator. Just has to grab one more beam. The only required beam, as it turns out. Okay, actually, that's not entirely true. It's just, you don't strictly speaking need the ice beam, but killing Metroids without it is, well, I don't know. It's kind of like saying you could totally open a walnut without a nutcracker, but I mean, you might hurt your fingers. So very similar. Is he going to give us this? Oh, here it comes! Here it comes, the speedball. Oh, very cool. Speedball, yet another one of those fun movement tricks. Going to morph, it's basically a mock ball while you're speed boosting. All the properties of Speed Booster in a more compact package, miniaturization really has reached an astonishing level. And here it is, the Ice Beam. Now Plasma Beam is as cool as it is deadly, not unlike Swap Space himself. You have to forgive my a little bit off topic here, but we have someone talking about crushing walnuts, and his name is Too Many Cashews. So I find the irony a little bit delicious. Alright, Swap Space, in fact, taking the fairway path to Lower Norfair, or the lower route as some folks call it. This does mean he's going to be coming across the Nutella refill room along the way. We're probably going to see him take a refill there. Under 300 energy. Oh, Swap Space! Getting the space boost! Oh! He was probably so excited about getting the space boost, didn't quite get that jump in time. Making it through that door with blue suit is actually very tight. I spent a good half hour trying to do it one night, and I just couldn't even get it once. Swap Space making it look easy. And here we go, this gate and into The final room before Lava Dive. Okay. Swap Space not going to be setting up for the Chronic Boost. A fun little trick there, but kind of tricky to set up with the timing. And here we go, Lava Dive. Setting up the Pseudo Screw so that he can kind of space jump through this shot right here. Pseudo Screw attack has many uses, as it turns out. Especially since we're not going to be getting normal Screw attack. Don't have time for that. That's on the left side of Lower Norfair. We're going to the right. Everybody turn up your volume. It's time for the jam. That's right. Lower Norfair has that song we all know and love that made a return in both Metroid Prime and Samus Returns. Now, here in Lower Norfair, Swap Space has to be careful. Everything does so much damage. Most of the enemies do 50 damage, a whopping 50, even with Gravity Suit. Swap Space setting up for fast pillars. He gets the fast pillars! That is not an easy Shine Spark to get. You have to do the tapping through a door transition. Very difficult to get. Swap Space gets it, getting that pillar spark. Oh, that is such a cool trick. And making his way through the worst room in the game, making it look like the most meh room in the game, no problem whatsoever. Swap Space playing exceedingly well. Energy very high. Playing quickly as well. And his power bomb count is looking excellent. Power bombs are the big concern heading into this area. You want to have just enough to break the statue, otherwise you have to grab the dreaded power bombs of shame. But no problem whatsoever. And here it goes, using those damage frames to get through that third Key Hunter. Getting the pattern he wants. You can only get that if you move through that room quickly enough. Swap Space playing like a man possessed. Let me tell you, those Key Hunters look kind of janky, but they are arguably the most dangerous enemy in the game. Again, 50 damage, and they will chase you down. They are very difficult to get around. And now Swap Space, about to face off against Ridley's elites, the Metal Pirates. He's got a couple ways he can take care of them. He's going to go for the Shine Spark. He is going for the After Image, and bam! Lining up those diagonals into the TVs. Samus's After Image is just taking out those pirates. So excited, he Shine Sparks into the wall. I get it, Swap Space. Sometimes that just happens. You get so excited, you Shine Spark into walls. Ruins the wallpaper, but that's okay. Your excitement can't be contained. Now, yes, his energy is so high, though. 497 heading into Ridley, in great shape. But now, here comes the showdown. I saw you in Ceres Station with your big glowing eyes. Alright, Swap Space, all he's gotta do, 20 charged plasma shots into Ridley to finish him off, and then get grabbed. Unfortunately for him, Ridley does have some tricks up his sleeve. He's got the pogo, he's got the lunges, and he has a tail that eats your shots, because there's a lot of things in this game that just hate you. Oh, getting hit by that lunge, but still doing good damage. Energy looking great. Swap in just very good shape right now. Ridley already changing color. Taking full advantage of that safe spot on the far left here. Oh! Unfortunately, you don't want him to be pogoing when you finish him off. Because that... Oh, looks like he's done. And... the end. Get out of here, you creepy space pelican. Ridley's meanest party trick is, as always, killing you after he's already dead. He can do it, and we have seen him do it in this tournament, regrettably. But Swap Space, no problem, sends Ridley packing to the afterlife, where he's going to be alone, because as we've already established, Phantoon is in the double afterlife. Doesn't get to hang out with Ridley. And Swap Space opting to grab the Ridley E-Tank. 5 energy tanks heading into Tourian. He is looking very strong. This is more than enough energy to tackle whatever might happen in there, and also give him a little bit of a buffer of extra safety versus Mother Brain and her ketchup. But all he's got to do now is get out of Lower Norfair. Even with Ridley dead, Lower Norfair remains a very dangerous area. Those 3 Key Hunters are still here. Oh! That was a super slick climb right there, managing to wall jump off the one-tile gaps between the spikes. Not easy to do. First things first, though, no counting chickens before hatching, or however the saying goes. Here come the key hunters once again. Swap space. Gonna probably try to sneak past them, maybe take advantage of those damage frames. Oh, trying to damage frame past it. The key hunter lunging after him, taking the opportunity to just sneak on past. Only taking one hit there, still in very good shape. Not out of the clear yet, though. He's got to get past these boulders. That's right, boulders, one of the most dangerous things. Okay, maybe not quite as dangerous, but annoying for sure. And then the dreaded Three Musketeers room. It's full of acid, and there are 3 more key hunters in very tight corridors. He's got to make it past there. Here we go. Gonna try to mock ball while the acid is down. Beating the acid. Damage frames through the key hunters. Oh, almost made it through all 3, only taking 1 hit. In there, 2 hits through 6 key hunters. He's got to be feeling pretty good about that. 316 energy. Real good shape. Heading into Tourian. Swap space looking to close it out. Oh god, that multi-viola just had his number. It's like, hey, come back here, I got something for you. Thankfully, this final visit through Upper Norfair is pretty brief. Just go through the frog hallway, climb back up, climb back out, head back into Meridia, and... Swap space, what are you doing? Swap space, what are you doing? No! No! He can't be! Is he gonna fight Crocomire? He's fighting Crocomire! So fun thing you can see here, folks, you don't normally have Plasma Beam fighting Crocomire, but it just kind of... Well, if he hits... There, Crocomire's done. He's gonna back up until he falls into the lava. I can't believe we're seeing Crocomire. Samus Crocomire dance troupe coming soon to a stadium near you. Oh my god, Swap Space, you legend. And while we're here, we're gonna grab some E-Tanks, because why not? Now the burning question is Swap Space going to also go for Grapple Beam because he can? I don't know, we'll find out. I wasn't expecting him to go for Croc, but here we are. We're going on this wild, unexpected adventure together, my friends. Following the little puffs of smoke and the acid. Oh, here he comes. And... see you later, Crocomire. Alright, Swap Space. Looks like Swap Space was just paying Crocomire a visit. Crocomire does get very lonely, does get seen a bit more often than Spore Spawn does due to virtue of 100%, but I actually am fairly certain that is the first time we have seen Crocomire in this tournament, and it may very well be the last. Grabbing a missile tank right there. I'm not sure what to say about that. Again, that's not a tank you usually see in any percent. This is a brave new world right here. But Swap Space with 6 E-Tanks he could safely take a ketchup to the face in the Mother Brain fight and not have to worry about it. He is in very strong shape heading into Tourian here. Oh god. Oh god. Someone in chat mentioned it. What if Swap Space goes and fights Spore Spawn? I think I would actually probably fall out of my chair. Okay, thank goodness I don't want to fall out of my chair. Spore Spawn would absolutely be a quicker fight by virtue of super missiles, but that would be a pretty sizable detour, even with all the faster movement tools. Swap space, however, almost done with Norfair, with Meridia. About to get past the fish here. Is he going to say hello? He is, waving to the fish. Giving a little kiss. Mwah. Swap space, friend of nature. And as you may imagine, waving to the fish does in fact summon Sephi into the chat. And with that, Swap Space bidding Brinstar farewell. We're not going to see Spo today, my friends. I'm sorry. But all that remains now is a few rooms of criteria and then Swap Space into Tourian to finish things off today. Now, there's a possibility here for a fun little trick where he carries a space boost into the parlor through the wall. Swap space, no! Swap space, he's going for Gauntlet! He's going for the... He's trying to get the wrap shot so he can open the door on the far left. If you shoot the charge shot at just the right spot and run to the right, you'll hear a door open. And when you do that, you can actually take a horizontal shine spark to the left through the gauntlet area. I think he's a little bit too far to the... Oh, he's just not gonna go for full gauntlet spark. He's just going through gauntlet. He's got enough power bombs though, so might as well. And Space Jump makes it easier. Thankfully, he does get a chance to pick up an extra energy tank, and if he wants, a couple of missile tanks. I think he might skip the missiles though. Don't need that, the E-Tank is the much more valuable thing. Swap Space just showing us all sorts of areas of the game we would not normally see. Just going through the acid, because why not? Unfortunately, did run out of power bombs. One downside to not being Hundo is that you only have 5 power bombs, and it does take quite a few of them to get through Gauntlet if you're not sparking. Not real spikes, and here we go. Now we're at the top end of the room with the pirates. Very close to entering Tourian here. I guess, yeah, as I thought, he is not going to grab these missiles, just going to make his way down. E-Tank is one thing, but missiles? Nah, don't need those. Oh. Ashino, he just might. That didn't occur to me. He could do it. Could Swap Space be setting up to show us stand-up glitch against Mother Brain? A trick you normally never see in any percent because you just don't have enough energy to do it, but Swap Space has grabbed 7 E-Tanks. Swap Space, bold of you to assume I have anywhere to be. But the statues are now gray, and just like all gray statues, dropping through the floor. The path to Tourian is revealed. Swap Space heading down. Here comes the burbly music. I'm not entirely sure what the composer was thinking with Tourian, but it certainly does sound like a stomach growling. Swap Space. Swap Space, what are you doing? Okay, so I guess we're not doing Tourian. Oh god, is he going? He's going for Spore Spawn, isn't he? Oh my god. Oh god! What have I done? If I had known we were going to do this, I would have put vodka in this glass instead of water. Oh my god. Well, we get to see Green Brinstar getting to hear this kickin' music. Don't normally get to do a drop to this room late game, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully Swap Space remembers to jump and not fall down into the pit. You did it! Thankfully, with all the late game tools he's got, Swap Space is going to have no trouble dealing with Spore Sponge. Just throwing super missiles around with reckless abandon. I don't even want him, he says. And here we go, folks. This the first and probably the only time we'll be seeing Sports Fun in this tournament. Oh my god. Yes, Saucepace, I'm pretty sure Plasma doesn't work on Spore Spawn. You get... Why did you... You know what, Saucepace is just going to have a nice classic Spore Spawn spite. Just words. Doesn't want to make it any shorter than it has to be. Just doing it with missiles. Thankfully, you can, in fact, get multiple missiles into Spore Spawn while its body is open. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot to say about this fight, although I suppose we can kind of reflect on the fact that Spore Spawn moves in a horizontal figure 8 pattern or an infinity symbol, not unlike Phantoon, when it's before it opens its eye. I'm trying to think if there are any other bosses or mini-bosses in this game that move in that pattern. No, I don't believe so. Well, I suppose Ridley could potentially move in a figure 8. Botchwoon can as well, yeah. And there we go. Spore Spawn turned into dried up husk of a plant. See you later, Spore Spawn. I hope you enjoyed your appearance in the tournament. Swap Space showing off some of the funny momentum things you can do with Morph Ball. And here we go, the actual first super missiles you are supposed to get. We don't need them though, because doing that mock balling over there in that first door on the right in Green Brinstar lets you skip this whole fight. As you can see, there really isn't a way to speed it up, even with super missiles. You just kind of have to sit it out, so being able to skip that fight is a tremendous boon to the run. Alright, now he's got to make his way back out. Solski. Okay, so I'm just gonna... jump into the settings here and see if I can do something about that real quick. Let me see. Alright, there we go. Alright, now, Swap Space for realsies, going into Tourian. At least I sure hope so. If you go down that elevator and come back up again, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Alright, Tourian. The final stronghold of Mother Brain. The big threats in this area are time losses to the baby and the Metroids themselves. That's right, this game does in fact contain Metroids. Thankfully, Super Missiles does turn Metroids into one freeze, one shot, so Swap Space can make short work of them. More so, we can group them up, just like that. Just 2 rooms of Metroids remain, trying to... Whoops! Gets grabbed. Thankfully, a bomb gets him off, just like that. 2 Metroids taken care of at once. 1 last room of Metroids. 3 of them. He's got extra supers now, by virtue of having done Spore Spawn. 14 supers heading into babies. Swap Space is just... He has a bounty of supers. He doesn't have to worry about anything, really, at this point. Now let's see if he's gonna go for baby skip. Yes, indeed, it looks like he is. Please, no. Please don't even joke about Golden Chorizo. Well, at this point, it actually is a little bit moot, because once you get to this part of Tourian, you can no longer turn back around. Going for baby skip. Oh! Taking advantage of the lag. Getting the baby locked into the loop. Just has to clear that moss at the ceiling there. Oh! Oh, no! That corner moss got in the way. You really just have to have that area clear. No! Swap Space, no! He's doing it! Oh my god! Ah! Just when I thought we were free of the memes, I was wrong. I was so wrong. So, in case anybody's wondering, this is the reason you don't leave that room while the baby is still on you. Because Samus gets essentially forever trapped in the state of being grabbed by the baby, so her vertical movement is normal, but her horizontal movement is very, very slow. This might make Zeb Skip interesting. I don't even know. Oh boy. On the plus side, doesn't have to worry about ammo once again. Has 11 supers heading into Mother Brain Room. Normally, you're more likely to normally see 7 or 8, so looking real good here. Let's see how Zeb Skip goes. Okay, looks like there was nothing to worry about. Aside from all these turrets that are now faster than you are. When you're moving horizontally at the speed of smell, all these Rinkas and turrets that are usually just an absolute joke suddenly become threatening. Who would have thought? Freezing the Rinkas. Just giving Mother Brain that missile head-on directly to the forehead. But he's not done yet. Slow Space now does have to take on Mother Brain 2, the true final boss of the game. 20 charge shots to the dome, and he'll be into Mother Brain 3. Thankfully, he should still be okay as far as the catch-up, because vertical speed is not affected by this, only horizontal, so you can still jump at normal speed and dodge the catch-up. I thought he might be going for stand-up glitch, but since he didn't turn off Various Suit, looks like he's not. Yep. Oh, we are, however, going to get to see... In case anybody was wondering why everyone always shoots to get between 300 and 400 energy, if you are not on... If you are too high, well... He's trying to oh, no. Swap. I'm not entirely sure what he was thinking there. with another rainbow beam coming, he needed to be above 300. I'm not sure why he damaged down that much. Well, good news, folks. We do actually have a contingency for this. In the event that both runners do not finish, they can actually schedule a rematch. That is an interesting point. That might actually be his intent. He could be trying to force the rematch, possibly not happy with how Solski's run ended so early on. I guess we'll see what happens. Yep. In the SRL chat, Swapspace has also forfeit. We have ourselves a double forfeit. This run is not going into the books. They are going to have to schedule the rematch. I don't know about all you all, but I don't know if any other run I will talk over for the rest of this tournament will ever be quite as interesting as this one. This has been a guessing game, an absolute wild journey through the deepest parts of the human psyche and some other things that I don't even know how to describe, that probably cannot even be described in words. And it brought us to this point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think either of them is going to be opting to come in here for an interview after that. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I was thinking, apologies, friends. I was thinking of a different tournament. The rules in this tournament is they end in a tie, not in a rematch. Thank you, Sephi. I wish there would have been a rematch as well, but I also don't want to give people bad information, and that would just be unfortunate. But I guess that is going to do it for this whirlwind adventure of a race. But let me tell you, we're not done with Super Metroid tonight. We are not done with Super Metroid tonight. There is more to come. At 7 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2, we have a double race. We have the twofer, Glacio Souza versus Hockey Towner and Dirksu versus Tilmorph. You're not going to want to miss that one. That's going to be an absolute spectacular showdown of... I'm running out of superlatives, okay? But the simple fact of the matter is, be there at 7 p.m., catch some more Super Metroid Prodigy tourney action, and we got plenty more Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all sorts of races, all sorts of spectacular Super Metroid Prodigies facing off. And if you want to see those for yourself, by all means, click the Speed Gaming schedule seen right below your Streamerino to let you know everything you want to know about Super Metroid, and I suppose other games too. Nah, I'm kidding. SG puts on great content, and I want to give a special shout out to Feasel. We would not be able to do this without him and all the work he and all the rest of the Speed Gaming staff does behind the scenes, and we give them a lot of thanks. Once again, please be sure to give our runners a follow. They put on a great show for us today, and even though this run went to places we could have never expected, I still had a great time, and I really hope you all did too. But on that note, I'm out. I'm actually kind of speechless. I don't know what else I can really say aside from thanks for coming, everybody, and I've been Crunchy Lex. I'll see you next mission.